Why we don't offer drafting services at the Wirth Law Office. I'm Tulsa Attorney James Wirth, and that is the issue that we have. Very often people ask us, okay, I can't afford the representation on this type of case or that, but just draft the pleadings for me because I don't know how to do that. I'll handle the representation on my own. And unless it's a simple agreed matter like an agreed divorce, we generally don't do that. And we find that it's a very bad idea not to do that. And some people aren't happy with that. So I kind of want to explain, because we do get this question come up a lot, why don't you offer a drafting service? And it's really simple. Some people think that this paperwork is a magic bullet, and it's just not. Some people think that the law is simple and absolute, and it's black and white, and it's just not. That's why you need lawyers. That's why they call it the practice of law and not the science of law. Because you have to be prepared to, to go with the punches. When issues come up, you have to be prepared how to pivot. You have to be prepared to argue different issues because you don't know how it's going to go. Because the law may say one thing, you may have unique facts applied to it that could be different, or you can have a different judge that likes things differently. Every county has different judges, and even in the same county, in Tulsa County, you can go with two different judges, get two different results. So when we provide a drafting service, we can draft up what we consider to be the best perfect paperwork that we use all the time successfully, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to run into issues where something comes up, to where something unexpected, and you're going to need to be able to pivot and turn and make the arguments and adjust the paperwork. So just providing the initial documents based on how we think it's likely to go is not always going to be helpful, because you're going to need to be able to turn on a dime if issues come up, make the arguments, make the adjustments in order to get it done. And that's why it's the practice of law. We practice it, we push it forward, we get it done, we get the results, but we don't know everything that we're going to need on day one. It's a process, and it's practice that you go through to make sure that you get it done. So that's why we find that drafting services generally are not very helpful, and we're not going to sell a product that's not very helpful for you. So if it's an agreed divorce, something simple like that, we can draft it up for you. However, for most anything else, we're going to say, we can't really offer you that. We can give you a quote for representation. We can tell you kind of where you can find some examples of pleadings, but it's going to be more than the paperwork that you need most of the time to get things done. So if you're dealing with a circumstance, you've got questions, or you're going to want to talk to an attorney about your specifics in order to get legal advice. To get that scheduled with somebody at my office, you can go online to makelawEasy.com.